Traveling after 70 can bring a lot of joy, but it also carries unforeseen risks. One of the reasons for this is health, as issues such as heart disease or high blood pressure can become emergencies during a trip. Additionally, the risk of infections from unfamiliar environments is also a serious concern. Let's explore 5 key reasons why traveling at this age can be challenging and requires caution. Reason 1: increased health risks and medical emergencies. When traveling after the age of 70, one of the biggest concerns is the sudden increase in health problems, which can lead to medical emergencies and severely impact one's life. As we age, the body becomes more sensitive to changes in the surrounding environment, and chronic conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, and respiratory problems become factors that can lead to severe complications. This makes these health issues not only burdensome in daily life, but also potential dangers during long trips. Cardiovascular conditions can cause unstable heart rhythms, leading to chest pain or even a stroke. High blood pressure can lead to serious issues such as brain hemorrhage, while respiratory conditions such as pneumonia or COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, can reduce the ability to breathe and make it difficult to maintain health while traveling. These conditions can occur at any time, making health management urgent, especially when medical support is not immediately available. Moreover, long flights increase the risk of blood circulation problems, such as blood clots. During long flights, when the body remains stationary for extended periods, blood circulation can be interrupted, leading to the risk of thrombosis. This can block blood vessels and, if untreated, can result in pulmonary embolism, stroke, or other serious issues. Furthermore, traveling to high-altitude areas or mountainous regions adds extra stress on the body. A sudden change in altitude can make it difficult to provide enough oxygen to the body, especially for those with heart or respiratory issues. When the body cannot adapt in time to the lack of oxygen, symptoms such as chest pain, shortness of breath, and even more serious issues like acute heart failure can occur. This is why trips to high-altitude areas must be undertaken with great care, particularly for the elderly. In addition, factors such as climate changes, unfamiliar living environments, lack of quality medical services, or hygiene issues in unknown places can exacerbate the health conditions of older individuals. Therefore, when planning a trip for someone over 70, taking preventive health measures like a pre-trip health check, carrying essential medications, and researching medical services at the destination is extremely important. I think when I turn 70, I will have to carefully consider my trips. It will no longer be just about choosing an interesting destination, but also thoroughly assessing my health throughout the journey. Ensuring health, being well prepared with medications, and having an emergency plan will be more crucial than ever. In conclusion, traveling after the age of 70 brings with it many unpredictable health risks due to sudden environmental and bodily changes. Understanding and careful preparation will help minimize health risks and ensure a safer trip for the elderly. Reason 2: increased risk of infections and pollutants. One often overlooked factor when traveling after the age of 70 is the increased risk of exposure to disease-causing agents like bacteria, viruses, and environmental pollutants. Crowded areas, especially airports, airplanes, and public transportation, often create an ideal environment for bacteria and viruses to thrive and spread. For older adults, a weakened immune system can make them more vulnerable, leading to a higher chance of severe illness or facing long-term health issues due to infections. The risk is further compounded by the fact that older individuals often take longer to recover from illnesses, which can make seemingly minor infections much more serious. Additionally, traveling through densely populated areas increases the likelihood of exposure to air pollutants ranging from dust to harmful chemicals, which can negatively affect the health of older individuals, particularly if they already have respiratory or cardiovascular problems. Older adults with pre-existing conditions such as asthma, chronic bronchitis, or heart disease are especially at risk. Long-term exposure to air pollution can cause severe damage to the lungs and cardiovascular system, and even short-term exposure to high levels of pollutants, such as in urban centers or during air travel, can lead to immediate respiratory distress, fatigue, or increased strain on the heart. The impact of air pollution extends beyond immediate symptoms, as prolonged exposure can lead to chronic health conditions such as pulmonary fibrosis, stroke, or heart attacks. Air quality in popular tourist destinations can vary dramatically, making it crucial for older travelers to assess their destination and take appropriate precautions. Whether traveling to a bustling city or an industrial area, understanding local pollution levels and seeking areas with better air quality can significantly reduce health risks. Furthermore, food and water at tourist destinations are not always hygienic, raising the risk of food-borne infections or poisoning. This is particularly dangerous for older adults, as their ability to digest and absorb nutrients has diminished with age, making them more susceptible to bacteria or toxins in food. Contaminated food or water can lead to gastrointestinal issues, such as food poisoning, which can lead to dehydration or more severe complications for older travelers. In some cases, foodborne illnesses may lead to hospitalization, which can disrupt travel plans and present a serious health hazard. Therefore, when traveling at this age, increasing awareness of risk factors and proactively protecting health is crucial. Preparing in advance is key. Carrying preventive medications, such as antibiotics for common infections or medications to manage pre-existing conditions, is an essential step. Choosing safe and hygienic travel services and destinations is also important. Selecting accommodations with a focus on cleanliness and avoiding areas with a high risk of pollution or infectious outbreaks can go a long way in safeguarding health. Additionally, staying hydrated while avoiding exposure to polluted environments is crucial for older adults, as dehydration can weaken the immune system and exacerbate the effects of air pollution. Carrying water bottles, using air purifiers when available, and avoiding crowded areas when possible are simple yet effective strategies to mitigate risks. Being proactive in maintaining a healthy lifestyle during travel, including choosing nutrient-dense foods that support the immune system and getting enough rest, can help older travelers stay healthy and safe throughout their journeys. Ultimately, the key to reducing potential risks is awareness and preparedness. Older travelers who take the time to research their destination, plan ahead for health-related needs, and make conscious choices about hygiene and pollution can minimize the impact of these environmental risks, allowing them to enjoy their travels with greater peace of mind. Traveling can provide many exciting experiences, But for older adults, the physical fatigue associated with travel can become much more stressful and uncomfortable than they may have anticipated. Long flights, sudden time zone changes, and the continuous movement across various destinations can create prolonged fatigue, making the recovery process extremely difficult and time-consuming. These factors are even more pronounced as the body's natural resilience diminishes with age. When the body doesn't get enough rest, the recovery ability slows down, and prolonged fatigue can weaken the immune system, making the body more prone to illness or injury due to a compromised immune response. In addition to physical exhaustion, the mental fatigue from constant travel can be overwhelming. The stress of navigating unfamiliar places, adjusting to different cultural norms, managing travel logistics, and staying alert to potential safety risks can add an extra layer of pressure. This mental fatigue can make it harder for older adults to enjoy their travels and fully immerse themselves in the experience. Constant mental strain also disrupts sleep patterns, leading to poor rest, which further compounds physical tiredness and makes recovery more challenging. Fatigue not only affects physical health, but also reduces the ability to maintain coordination, focus, and quick reactions. These are critical factors in avoiding accidents or mishaps during the trip. Particularly for the elderly, with age-related physiological changes, such as slower reaction times, weaker muscle strength, and diminished balance, coping with the stress of continuous travel becomes more challenging. This makes recovery after each long day slower and more exhausting. The accumulated fatigue can make it harder to keep up with planned activities, reducing the enjoyment and fulfilling aspects of travel. Additionally, the constant pressure of traveling in new environments, especially when there are frequent time zone changes, can disrupt the body's circadian rhythm. This can lead to jet lag, which amplifies feelings of fatigue and confusion. Older adults often take longer to recover from jet lag, meaning that their overall travel experience may be less enjoyable and more draining than anticipated. Without proper rest and time to adapt, they may struggle to engage in the activities they look forward to, resulting in a less satisfying experience. This condition not only affects physical health, but also reduces flexibility in daily activities, making it difficult to maintain health and energy throughout the trip. As fatigue builds up, older adults may find it more difficult to perform simple tasks, from walking long distances to managing day-to-day routines. Their overall stamina declines, leaving them less able to explore new destinations and interact with others. Even tasks such as enjoying meals or participating in group activities can become overwhelming. If there isn't enough time to rest and rejuvenate, older adults can easily feel exhausted, making it hard to fully enjoy their trip. This not only affects the overall joy of the journey, but can also lead to increased health issues. Extended fatigue can strain existing health conditions, exacerbate chronic pain, and even lead to falls or injuries. Moreover, without sufficient time to recover, older adults may find themselves mentally drained and physically incapable of continuing their trip as planned. Therefore, careful planning, ensuring adequate rest, and paying attention to health factors are vital for older adults during long trips. It's important to build in rest days, avoid overscheduling, and give the body time to adjust to the rigors of travel. Incorporating downtime, choosing less demanding activities, and staying hydrated can help older travelers maintain their energy levels. Choosing destinations that allow for slower-paced exploration, with opportunities for frequent breaks, can also make the travel experience more manageable and enjoyable. By planning thoughtfully, older adults can continue to experience the joys of travel while minimizing the physical and mental strains that come with it. Reason 4. Higher risk of falls and injuries. One of the significant risks for older adults when traveling after the age of 70 is the increased likelihood of falls and serious injuries. As people age, physiological functions such as balance, reflexes, and bone density decline, making older adults more vulnerable compared to younger individuals. These changes not only reduce the ability to maintain balance, but also make it more difficult to respond quickly to unexpected situations. This increased vulnerability can lead to accidents, particularly in environments that are unfamiliar or hard to navigate. Tourist destinations such as hotels, cruise ships, historical sites, or areas with old designs often have hazardous factors such as uneven floors, poorly lit stairs, or slippery surfaces. These environmental hazards significantly increase the risk of falls, leading to severe injuries, especially for older adults who may already have fragile bones or underlying conditions like heart disease, high blood pressure, or diabetes. Falls can not only cause immediate injuries, such as fractures or head trauma, but can also result in long-term health complications, which can affect the quality of life for older individuals. These injuries can cause them to lose the ability to care for themselves, increase medical costs, and even reduce their ability to participate in future travel activities. This highlights the importance of carefully assessing environments before choosing travel destinations. In addition to the physical risks of falls, the emotional impact of a fall can also be profound. Older adults may become more fearful of traveling or engaging in daily activities due to the anxiety associated with potential injuries. This fear can limit their willingness to explore new places and fully enjoy their travels, leading to a decline in their overall well-being and quality of life. Overcoming this fear requires careful planning and the use of strategies to make travel safer and more accessible. Therefore, equipping protective measures, such as wearing non-slip shoes, using walking sticks, or choosing destinations with safer facilities, is crucial to minimize the risk of falls. For example, many senior-friendly hotels and resorts now offer additional amenities like handrails, ramps, and accessible paths to help reduce the chance of accidents. In particular, older adults need to stay alert and cautious throughout the trip, always paying attention to factors like surface slipperiness, lighting in areas of movement, and the surrounding environment. Simple precautions, such as using well-lit walkways and avoiding areas with high foot traffic, can make a big difference in ensuring safety. Proper preparation before the trip is also essential. This includes choosing appropriate modes of transport, such as flights or train rides with fewer transfers, and researching the environmental conditions at the destinations, such as local weather and accessibility. Selecting hotels with senior-friendly features or accommodations close to medical services can make travel much safer. Additionally, older travelers should ensure that they are physically prepared for their journey by engaging in exercises to improve balance and strength prior to their trips. Ensuring health and safety during travel is not only about protecting physical well-being, but also allowing older individuals to enjoy their trips fully and safely. Travel should enhance the quality of life, not diminish it. By prioritizing safety, using preventive measures, and choosing suitable destinations, older adults can continue to explore the world with confidence, independence, and peace of mind. Reason 5. Financial risks and travel insurance. One of the less obvious risks when traveling after the age of 70 is not just related to health, but also to financial issues. Many older adults believe they can rely on health insurance or their savings to cope with unexpected events during a trip. However, the reality is much more complicated. Medical emergencies, flight cancellations, or even financial scams can quickly deplete personal finances, leaving severe consequences that older adults may not anticipate. These financial challenges can easily escalate, especially when there is a lack of preparation or awareness of the potential hidden costs of travel. While travel insurance is an essential part of trip preparation, it does not always cover every potential situation. Medical expenses outside of the insurance coverage, extended treatment costs, or emergency evacuation fees can quickly exceed the financial capacity of older adults. For example, some travel insurance policies may not cover pre-existing medical conditions or may impose limitations on the amount of coverage for hospital stays, medications, or surgeries abroad. This can leave travelers facing significant out-of-pocket expenses in the event of an illness or injury while overseas. Furthermore, emergency evacuation due to serious health conditions can cost thousands of dollars, making it an expensive risk that many fail to fully plan for. Moreover, long trips or travel to remote areas can increase unforeseen costs, from purchasing medications and necessary medical equipment to additional fees due to changes in travel plans. For instance, older travelers may need to buy special items, such as portable oxygen tanks or other medical supplies, which can incur substantial costs. Additionally, travel to remote destinations with limited healthcare facilities or long travel times may require more expensive forms of transport or specialized services. Even if emergency hospitalization or long-term treatment is required, older adults may struggle to pay large expenses, as not all healthcare services abroad are fully covered by insurance. This gap in coverage can lead to significant financial stress, especially if a medical issue arises during a more complex trip. To mitigate these risks, older adults should carefully review their travel insurance policies to ensure they provide comprehensive coverage, particularly for medical emergencies, evacuation, and trip cancellations. It is important to confirm that pre-existing conditions are covered and that the policy includes sufficient coverage limits for potential medical expenses abroad. Some policies offer specialized plans for older travelers, which may include higher coverage limits and more extensive medical benefits. Additionally, having an adequate financial backup will allow them to proactively deal with unexpected situations, thus protecting their financial security throughout the trip. Building an emergency fund specifically for travel-related expenses, including unplanned medical bills or last-minute changes, can provide peace of mind. Travelers should also consider setting aside funds for emergencies, as this can be crucial when facing situations that are not covered by insurance, such as canceled flights or emergency accommodations. Understanding and planning for expenses and insurance is crucial to ensure a smoother travel experience. Without proper preparation, unexpected costs can quickly disrupt a trip, leading to financial strain and stress. Being proactive about travel insurance, saving for unforeseen expenses, and understanding what is covered under their policies can help reduce anxiety and allow older adults to enjoy their travel without worrying about unforeseen financial issues. A well-thought-out plan can offer financial peace of mind, helping to ensure that older travelers can focus on enjoying their journey, knowing they are financially prepared for any challenges that may arise. We have explored 5 main reasons why traveling after 70 can bring serious risks. However, this does not mean that older adults should stop traveling altogether. Instead of long flights and adventurous destinations, choosing closer and safer places with easy access to medical care may be a better alternative. Travel should be a joy, not a burden. Thank you for watching our video. If you found it interesting, please give it a like, share, and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our next videos.